So Lyft is changing how its bonus structure is given for its weekday and weekend bonuses. Let's talk about it. Hey everyone, my name is Chris and welcome to the RideShare Guy. And that's right, Lyft is going to be changing how they're going to be offering their bonuses and how you're going to be able to select them. So it's going to give you a lot more customization under the new structure, and it gives you a little bit better of information versus the old way, which was the toggle system. Now, what you may be used to seeing was the toggles, and that would be where you would see give X amount of rides for the first tier, for the second tier, and get X amount of bonus for both those tiers, plus the total. And then you'd select it for your weekend or your weekday quest, bonus, whatever you want to call it. I mean, Uber and Lyft, let's be real, they're the same thing. So when it came to their bonus structure, that's what you would do. And it would always have that two-tiered system where if you gave the first amount of rides, you would get X amount of bonus. If you gave the second amount, you'd get that additional bonus for the total bonus when it came to your weekend or weekday bonuses. So how are they changing it? Well, it's going to be a lot more seamless throughout the app. You notice they are changing a lot of things when it comes to the app, and they're adding a lot of additional information. But what's really nice is it's going to be seamless. So with your staying within area filter, instead of actually having a toggle switch, you are going to have a slider switch, which is going to be real nice. And it's just kind of seamless across that. Plus, it's going to give you a lot more options when it comes to your bonus. So let's take a look at it right now. And what you're seeing is the slider bonus. So this is going to show you a weekday bonus challenge. And then you are able to select the amount of rides that you want to give. So you can go all the way down from the low end, which is going to give you the least amount of bonus, all the way up to the high end, which is going to give you the most amount of bonus that is available in your particular market and area. And what you're going to see is you're going to be able to select that when it comes to the slider. And then what's nice about that is it's going to give you all that information right there. So as you can see, this particular challenge, you could select all the way from 5 rides to 50 rides, depending on, what you're doing, how you're doing it. And also, then it's going to give you the different tiers and the amount of bonus that you're going to get. So in this case, this one had 25 rides where you're going to get a $67.50 bonus, or it's going to break it down, which is kind of nice. It's $2.70 for each ride, in addition to whatever you're taking. So that's kind of nice to see, because most of the time that's what drivers are doing. They want to see what their per ride bonus is on top of it. So that's kind of nice. Then what they are doing is they're showing the tier. So like this one is 25 rides. So your first tier is the 18 rides that you give, and you get a $44 bonus. Then your additional 7 rides, and you're going to get a $23.50 bonus. So that is where you get your 25 rides and your $67.50. So the payout system when it comes to the 2 tiers is not changing. The only thing that is changing is the slider. And it's going to be a little bit easier to see, in my opinion. It's going to be a little bit nicer, and it's not as clunky when it comes to the toggles that you had to toggle through versus this slider, which is going to give one set of information versus being able to see it all. So you can still slide through and see what the offerings are going to be given to you. But when it comes down to actually selecting that type of ride, it's going to be a lot easier, and it's going to be a lot nicer when it comes down to it. Now, here's a couple of things to remember when it comes to the bonuses. First off, there is still a lot of drivers out on the road in several markets. So you might not be seeing these bonuses, or you might be only seeing one of the 2 bonuses per week. So you might see like a weekend bonus instead of a weekday bonus. There's a lot of different things that could factor into it. So they're going to take historical data and the amount of drivers that are on the road currently, combine that, and then try to fulfill when it comes to the bonuses to try to get you out on the road. When it comes to best practices, though, first off, on Lyft, you do have to give at least 1 ride every 30 days. So I'm sure if you're watching this, you're going to be able to get that. But if you give 1 ride every 30 days, then you're going to be entitled to see those bonuses. Now, another thing is, you are not the only driver who is going for these challenges. So don't wait until the last moment to be able to get out there and actually do the challenge. You want to front load this. So in this case, where it was 25 rides, you want to try to go out and get that done as soon as possible. So this was a Monday through Friday challenge. You want to try to get out there Monday and Tuesday and get the bulk of everything done on those 2 days. So you go out, you get those rides done as much as you can, 75% or so of the rides that you can do, because the other drivers out there are going to do it the opposite. They're going to maybe slack off on Monday and Tuesday and then really hunker down Wednesday, Thursday so they can get that bonus challenge. The problem is, if everybody's doing that, there's going to be a lot more drivers on the road than there are rides that could be potentially given. So you may feel like you're throttled, which means that, Lyft is going to not give me any ride requests coming in, so I can't hit that bonus. Which, that's a whole different story topic that we could talk about. But the thing is, you got to remember, if every driver is going for it, you're going to have more drivers on the road, and that is going to lead to less opportunity for you to get those rides that you need. So definitely front load those rides when it comes to the challenge. So really, really pound it out Monday and Tuesday and try to finish it out Wednesday. Same thing on the weekend. Instead of, Friday, Saturday, taking it easy, pound it out on Friday and Saturday, and then just get the last couple that you may need on Sunday morning or something. So then if there are so many drivers that are also going for that same particular type of challenge, then, you are actually in a much better position. It's always, you want to zig when they zag and zag when they zig. So you are doing it a little bit different. And then that's going to set you up for success to get those bonuses instead of not getting them and waiting around on a Sunday evening or night and sitting there for an hour and a half with no rides coming in because every other driver is doing the exact same thing. But I want to know, what do you think about this particular challenge and the setup of it, the slider versus the toggles? Let us know in the comments below. And if you're starting to see more surge zones, if you're starting to see more challenge and quests coming in from both Uber and Lyft, you might be in luck. And I made a video on that talking about that very thing. In several markets are seeing a definite change when it comes to the amount of bonuses that are happening, the price that they're paying out, as well as the surges that are happening at especially random times. So check out that video right there. And we'll see you in the next one.